Hey, everybody, Jim Cummings here, and if Tigger were here, he'd say, thanks, everybody, for bouncing on in here and enjoying the show. But before we go, I want you to do me a small favor. Hit like, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying the show. Now, speaking of enjoying the show, enjoy the show.
I have a question for you, John. As an actor with somebody with such reverence for the theater, you were working on a project called Squadron 42. That's all motion capture. I believe that was your first experience with motion capture. How does the theater translate to your experience with that, wearing a camera on your head and dots all over your body? Ooh. Is that a foreign experience? Is that an exciting creative challenge?
Well, spandex and I.
There's the quote for you right there. John Rhys-Davies, Spandex and I, his autobiography.
Have you ever worn spandex? I'd like to see you prancing around here in spandex.
I've got some under my jeans.
Yeah, I might as well sit down for this one.
Yes, there we go.
Look, all acting is really the same. It's the projection of thought and energy in the right way through the medium. When you're on the stage, you can do great gestures like that. When you're on a long shot or a medium shot on a film, you can nod your head. If it's a close-up and you're doing your hair, you know.
It looks like exercise.
It's conveying the power or the weakness or telling the story or helping the story be told or assisting the leading person to pace the thing that is the thing demanded. And even if it is, Squadron 42, and it's telling a story. It's all the same. It's just different, slightly different approaches.
Yeah,
but
different medium.
Yeah. You know that.
Wow,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Come on, I've talked enough. You go on.
No.
They've had me.
Enjoying being in the audience right here. This is good stuff. This is great.
Well, one question I have for both of you that I was thinking about, you've both done a number of, obviously, voice acting roles, but also narration. And I was curious to ask both of you how, if at all, narration differs from creating a character. Is the narrator that you're playing for whatever project, is that a character? Is that a version of yourself? What would you differentiate the two approaches?
I think it's a character. It feels like a character to me, because you're commenting on what's going on in the scene, and it gives context, I think, and it gives people something to think about. And if you don't know a big word, he can explain it to you, the narrator. But it's definitely a character, I would think. Don't you agree? I mean, you got to have some juice because you're part storyteller, and a storyteller is very much a character. Okay, I could be wrong.
No, you're not wrong, but you're 100%. Not right all the time.
That's right.
I did a religious work. I don't think I'm going to name it, but every word had to be right. And obviously the intonation had to be right. It was written by a lady, and it was really one of the hardest things I've ever done, It goes along the lines of, you have done this and you have done this, and you feel that you have served Christ in doing it, but you haven't actually done it that way because you have thought about this when you did this, and this is itself. It was a sort of mind-bending theological discussion of such minute detail that it almost broke my spirit, to be honest with you. It was interminably long. I have no idea whether it was ever any good. Oh, dear me.
So you didn't feel like you were playing a character?
No. I felt I was engaging with an argument which very much was a sort of almost a medieval tract on how many angels could dance on the head of a pin.
Yeah.
But that actually is a cosmological question as well as anything else, and that could be quite an interesting argument. But I completely failed in this one, and I don't think I will ever do a narration like that again. I mean, it just took too much time, and then you know your own human brain says, wait a minute, that can't be right. It has to be an illogical jump there, but you've got to continue in that certain vein, and yeah, but he is right.
Yeah, there you go. I was just going to ask that. I'm glad we cleared that up.
I have another question for the both of you. Working with so many prolific actors and being such prolific actors yourselves, who is one person that you've worked with that really inspired you in your own career?
Wow.
Well, I can tell you who I missed and cried when he died, and that was Robin Williams.
Oh, sure. Yeah, boy. Yeah, you know, it's funny because I worked with him, but never met him because it was animation. And in animation, you don't necessarily meet your castmates. They're not, you know, as you know, usually you're kind of flying solo. But one of my proudest moments is he kind of almost gave me the finger. And it was in the Aladdin series, which you know all about. I was Rasul. You will have to take it up with Jafar. I was that guy, and so oh yeah, right. Yeah, and so I was kind of giving some grief there, and Robin snapped his fingers as the genie, and everything turned into a giant courtroom, and I was the witness, bound in the chair there, and he goes, "I'm sorry, but I will not be upstaged by a tertiary character." And he leaned over, grabbed my toes, rolled me up like a window blind, and boom, vanished me out of the room. So one of my proudest moments was Robin Williams gave me the finger. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Anyway. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Speaking of the finger, though, I wanted to ask you this, John. You played a pretty good prank on Peter Jackson with a middle finger. Do you think you could tell us that story?
You remember old Petey, don't you?
My very first school report, when I was 5 years old, predicted my sorry future. John could do well as soon as he learns that life is not a joke. Ooh. And I never did make it.
Yeah.
So, cut to... and I use the word cut advisedly. Now, I would like to give you a wonderful story about how I lost the tip of my finger. You know, how the Germans came out of the Hun came out of the sun. I'd shot down 5 of them, and this 6th one I had or the crocodile version. Yes. The truth of the matter is, I had an old van, and my son blew the engine up, and I was doing an engine swap. Didn't get finished, and so I got the engine in, and I was going to LA the next day, and I was working on Wednesday, and I just didn't have time to finish it. So I towed it round. I was going to tow it round to a friend of mine's place because he was going to do the rest for me. So we start towing, and I have to flag my tow her down a little bit because the prop shaft is whipping a little bit, and so I get the old coat hanger steel and wire it up a little bit more, and then I nod, and he's getting into the car, and I think and he takes off without me, and it takes the top of the finger off into the metalwork. Then you have to go to the local hospital in the Isle of Man where I live, and you've got grease on your hands, and you've got the tip of your finger here, oh, Mr. Rhys-Davies, oh, how wonderful to see you. I wonder, could we have your autograph? and of course, actors are so bloody dumb.
Yeah, nobody's going to say.
That's what we do. So, I yes, of course. Yes, to Davina and Seth. Davina, fine, yes, okay. Yes. Oh, I don't think we can do anything about it here. You'll have to go to the big hospital. Anyway, so in the end, what I should just have done is wrap the damn thing up and got on the plane, greasy as I was, flown to New York, and they had to put it back on. In the end, it was just easier just to cut it off. Anyway, cut to...
Good thing it was only your finger.
Yeah, then New Zealand, yes. So we decided to play the prank on Peter Jackson, you see. So my brilliant sort of makeup man creates from this finger, creates another one there that we can stick on. And we put a tiny bit of white for the bone in there. And then we put a little bit of white, of red round there. And I go up to Peter and say, Peter, oh boy, I seem to have, and I started pushing it back.
Wow.
And Peter goes, oh, John, I think you ought to get down. Yes. Woo. As you can see,
Wow.
my early school mistress really knew what she was talking about.
Yeah. My God. Well, that's pretty good. Wow. So you really did give him the finger.
Yes.
Wow.
Actually, I put my finger into a jar of alcohol and stuck it in the fridge. But I had a guest who came along who was so frightened and disgusted about it that he threw it out. I wanted to be buried with that finger. You expect to turn up there, or probably down there, wherever for me, and say, come on, make it all happen again. And now they're gonna have to say, I'm sorry, there are so many fingers down there, we can't even begin to look. Yeah, all right.
Wow.
Sorry about that.
There you go. Woo. Glad you weren't going to the bathroom at that time. Ay.
Yeah.
I think it's that time of the podcast that we do a voice swap. What do you think, Jim?
I do indeed.
Do you want to play a little game here? We do a little game
Yes.
on this podcast. It's the voice swap game.
What?
I'll explain it to you. Don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. That's right.
God.
Are you familiar with it? Say yes.
Look at that.
They're familiar with it.
All right, so how the game works. Honestly, when I was doing research on you for this panel right here, I didn't realize how many voices you had done and how versatile your voice is. I feel like we're so
Setting
conditioned.
me up for failure.
No. Maybe a little bit. But we'll take one of your characters and say, for example, Jim. Okay. We'll take Winnie the Pooh, and he'll say one of the catchphrases, "You stay as sweet as honey." And then you'll repeat that same line, but in one of your character's voices. So say, I don't know, Treebeard. And you'll say the same line in that voice, and then we'll do vice versa. How does that sound? Don't look so concerned.
Wait. So he does Winnie the Pooh with his version of Winnie the Pooh, and then Treebeard does
The line.
same line.
The
The
Okay.
same line. Okay.
When does this section end?
The pain is almost over. But I have a question for the audience, because should I bring out Bonkers or Winnie the Pooh or Darkwing or Thomas?
Darkwing.
Oh, okay. Well, that was
We see a
good.
Darkwing
Yeah.
right there too.
So you spent the Hobbit then. Okay. I don't remember how that one sounded. No. Okay. Say Pooh. Oh, Tigger. Okay. Which one? Darkwing. You say yes. Okay. Darkwing. Wow. Okay.
All right.
That was easy. It's a bloody duck.
Oh, okay.
John's going.
Okay.
Who the hell is Darkwing?
I was anticipating foul play.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thank you for that.
Okay.
All right. So, Darkwing Duck's catchphrase. Does anybody know it? That's not bad. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right, here we go. Darkwing Duck. Let's get dangerous.
Indy, let us get dangerous.
That's big time showbiz.
And then we'll do vice versa. You pick a character
I pick a cat.
of yours. Yes.
Of yours.
I've got it all the work here, have I?
Yeah. That's why we brought you.
All right. All right, then.
No Shakespeare now. He's gonna. What a piece of work is man, and I'll be sitting there going, I'm doomed.
The heavens themselves, the planets, and the center. No, okay.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe not. Okay, all right, then. Pardon me. Right. Yes, okay. Nobody tosses a dwarf.
Man, that's good stuff. Who do you think?
Darkwing. Nobody tosses a dwarf, as well as John Rhys-Davies. Nobody tosses a dwarf. Because they're good at gathering honey.
Wow.
Should we do one more? One
maybe
more. I have a
one.
request because it's one of my favorite characters in SpongeBob. Yes. Can we do Man Ray?
This is your wallet.
This is your wallet.
No.
Okay.
Hey, I think I got that wrong, didn't I? Is this your wallet? That's even worse. I mean, better. No, horrible. Go on.
Okay.
Just do
very
it,
good.
just do it.
Just do it and shut up and do it. Who should it be? Bunkers?
You're in a lot of Tigger.
Tigger. Okay.
Is this your wallet?
Hey. Oh my gosh. I can't thank you enough, sir.
You were best.
You are
you were best.
amazing.
No, you were best.
You are amazing.
Yeah.
Bless you, John Rhys-Davies, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you ever so much. Is there anything you want to brag about before you leave? I mean,
Anything one? Oh gosh. What?
might as well.
Well,
The whole world is watching, you know.
There's a new horror picture that I've just done. I think it's called The Bone Collector.
Oh.
Which is rather good. There is another movie that
It's not a porno, right? I made that up. Of course, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh dear, the insufferable vulgarity of the man. And there is there's a film that we actually shot in just before COVID, 2016, which is about to come out, which is called Starbright, which is a fantasy and a lovely romantic adventure story in which I play the Archangel Raphael.
Wow.
Oh yes,
Really?
There's a little NASA thing that I voiced the other day as well, which is about it's about NASA, isn't it? And space and stars, and support NASA, one of the glories of mankind.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Fantastic. God bless you, sir.
Well,
thank you.
No. What are you going to post?
I don't know. I'll be at my table in a while. Oh, well, that is true. I've got a Nat Geo, Meet the Planet, coming out with a fledgling actor, Ryan Reynolds. And I'm trying to help the kid out, you know what I'm saying? And so be there. Tune in. Stay tuned. Speaking of tuned in, hey, producer Chris, thank you, sir.
Thank you. And thank you guys all so much for watching and supporting. I mean, doing this live tour at Fan Expo has been so cool to see everybody out and support. And if you don't, follow on YouTube, I mean, we have a great time and we really do it for you guys. Like, it's really been an awesome journey for me. It's such a privilege to have this job. Thank you so much, Jim. It's just been awesome. And if you want to hear more of John, you can look up an episode. He was on an episode about a year ago, so you can find that as he's interrupting me.
Oh, the bells.
Honey, I told you not to call me when I'm at work.
But sincerely, thank you guys all so much. We really appreciate it. And why don't you guys go pay a visit to these guys at their booths as well.
Thank you. God bless.